Pogo?
Yeah? What?
Did you do something different with your hair today?
Nah. Why?
I don't know. Something about today just seems a little off. Have you seen my trapezohedron?
You're fucking what?
It's a little fucking angled stone. A window into all of space and time. And it tends to bend reality if you fuck with it. It was in the last box that I asked you to pack.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I grabbed it.
Were you careful with the nightmare box?
Yeah? Or... Nah. Nah, fucked it. You should have let me hang my posters.
I'm not gonna have you desecrating the sanctity of my walls with your cartoon pornography.
Do you mean my tasteful fucking pin-ups?
So you tantrumed a hole in the goddamn universe. Shut up forever.
But the universe seems fine to me.
It's not a bad impersonation. But I'm gonna need you to tell me where you last had my box.
I think it was on floor...
By Astaroth's
This one.
itchy ass. I think I'm actually starting to miss Pogo. I'm gonna go and find my shit. And then I'm gonna come back here.
I'm gonna rip out your skull!
And I'm gonna beat you to death with it. Wait here. What the pine fresh fuck's going on here then? Don't smoke that, mate.
Why?
It's fucking catnip.
You sure?
It stinks. How much did you pay for that?
Nothing. I flogged it.
From where?
Pet shop?
Speaking of awesome fucking ideas, I've had an idea for a show. We'll put it on YouTube or some shit. Hermetica Gomez is a lonely, plain girl who's constantly misunderstood by her parents because of her fondness for fucking dogs with umbrellas. She's like half Dove Cameron, half Victoria Justice, half elf, and she wears denim shorts. She adventures with her sister, a full elf who fucks rocks. She rubs her slippery pussy on the sharp bits, and she has toes that go on forever. Yeah, what kind of adventures do they go on? Think Game of Thrones. So Game of Thrones, with the barely legal. Like Gandalf is our antagonist. He's got this staff that can put bumholes on anything. Yeah? What happens if he uses it on a bumhole? I knew you'd ask, and that's where things get interesting. If he uses the staff on a bumhole, it turns into a grapefruit. And that leads to his downfall. Gandalf wants to make a double bumhole because he's got two dicks, but instead he turns a bumhole into a grapefruit. And because he's so self-assured, so certain of his powers, he never stops to question himself. He just bashes his dicks into the grapefruit, and the acidity burns his dicks. Now he's got this staff that can turn anything into a bumhole, but he's impotent forever. It's a morality tale about hubris. A cautionary tale. Can grapefruits burn cocks? These are genetically modified, but we're jumping ahead. At the start of the story, Hermetica Gomez is chosen by destiny and Jesus to become a spunky soldier in the army of Mexico. Mexico. But she develops hyperhidrosis, you know where you have sweaty palms? And she's fired from her job because having sweaty hands makes her drop guns and grenades and shit, but she soon discovers that her hands don't stink when they sweat. And that having sweaty hands that don't stink make you an amazing hooker. And she falls in love with Richard Gere and Owen Wilson and gives them both handjobs. And she decides she needs to leave the hooker life behind her. And so she takes up baseball. But because she has sweaty hands, she can't hold the bat. And there follows a montage of things that you can't do if you have sweaty hands. And Hermetica Gomez falls into a deep, deep depression. And there's this element of Johnny's got a gun too, because she can't kill herself either. The rope slips out of her hands, and every time she climbs up on a railing, she slips and she hits her head. So what I'm making is not just a porn, it's a drama. It's a story about overcoming adversity. You know, the same things that made her unable to tie knots make her amazing at handjobs. And Hermetica overcomes her depression, And she takes up a life of crime fighting. This crime fighting trip leads her to Uran, so named because it's full of uranium. Uran is developing time machine technology, and Hermetica plans to steal this technology and take it out of Iranian hands, but she has an ulterior motive also. She wishes to go back in time and destroy the factory which manufactured the first genetically engineered grapefruits, because they have ruined the economy of her homeland of Mexico. Her plot is discovered, however, and Hermann Goering is sent to investigate the attacks on people important to the Time Machine project. Hermetica defeats Goering in the end, though, in this dramatic scene where she finally holds a bat. Hermann Goering finally understands the dangers of the grapefruits, and he goes back in time, back to Game of Thrones times, with Hermetica and her sister. They fuck on top of all of them and smash most of them out of existence. But in our twist ending, Goering becomes Gandalf and starts putting bumholes on things. But there's a double twist, because Hermetica's sister, who has been in bed like the whole time, and who has been having sex like a normal person, gets out of bed and it turns out that she has scoliosis, and the bed was a special bed that was designed so she could have sex like a normal person. What? The fuck are you on about?
Did you find it yet?
Hello? Having a good day? Being a dumb, naughty bad guy? Did you get your finger stuck in your bum? And eat an old sandwich? Bet you did, you silly sausage.